Well, we're going to talk about abortion here just for a few minutes. Um, just because, you know, it's pretty obvious that that's one of the biggest problems between Democrats and Republicans and just people in general, right? Nobody wants to talk about it. They all talk in absolutes. They never really talk about what's actually happened. So we'll start with this. People that are pro choice say it's a woman's body, it's her choice. And people that are pro life say it's life at conception, it's morally wrong, whatever. Those are absolutes. You can't talk about absolutes. But I'll start with the first one, okay? I'll give you the fact that yes, it's a woman's body, it's her choice. She can do whatever she wants. Because I believe that that's the right for all people. It's their body, it's their choice. If they want to smoke, if they want to drink, if they want to do drugs, shoot up heroin, do fentanyl, live on Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia, ride motorcycles at over 100 miles an hour on the highway, lane splitting, whatever. If people want to eat themselves to death, become 500 pounds obese, die of malnutrition and obesity and heart disease, it was their choice. It's their body. So I'll give women that, okay? It's their body, their choice. They can do whatever they want. So let's just put that over here. We all agree on that, right? It's kind of like sexually. If people want to have sex with whatever they want to do, I don't care. Men, women, I don't even care if they like to gerbil, okay? So, yes, it's a woman's body, her choice. She can do whatever she wants. Let's put it over here because there's other issues, okay? It's not just that, okay? Because people's choices that they make have consequences, right? And a lot of times, the choices people make, those consequences, affect other people too, okay? We know that, right? Um, it's kind of like people that use drugs, right? There's consequences, right? They die. People who ride motorcycles at over 100 miles an hour on the highway, lane splitting, they eventually die. So there's consequences. So with abortion, what are the consequences, right? What are the results? Well, what about the father? What if there's actually a father present who wants to have that baby and has it taken away from him? What about the four grandparents? Yeah, well, they're involved too. Yeah, well, forgot about them. But it's her choice. But there's consequences. Okay? What about any siblings they have? Well, they didn't have a choice in the woman's choice. But like I said, I'll give you it. Everybody has their own body. They make their own choices. Whether it's abortion or whatever behavior they do, they can do whatever they want. But there's consequences. Okay? Abortion's not what you think it is, right? It's not just a choice. There's all these consequences that go down. And so here comes. When I ask people this, especially people that are pro choice, they don't know the answer. Do you know how many people, how many abortions, how many life forms have been aborted just since 1973 in 50 years? Do you know how many? They can't answer you. They don't know. Okay, you ready? Over 63 million. And that number is actually low because California hasn't reported their abortions since 1997. And So the number's low, but the number that's absolutely confirmable is 63 million. It's a fact. You can look it up. Let it sink in for a minute. 63 million in 50 years. How many Jews did the Nazis gas? 6 million in about 3.5, 4 years' time. Terrible, right? Most despicable thing ever. What were the results of that? And we know what the results were. Many other atrocities by many other terrible leaders. But in America, due to the confounded belief that by God, it's my body, my choice, and if I want to abort that baby, by God, I'm going to do it. 63 million. Let it sink in a little more. When you go to bed at night and lay your head down on your pillow, just think 63 million people. And you might be thinking, well, but we can't support, what if all those people came in here? We can't even support the people we have. Yet millions of illegal immigrants come into this country and we're kind of like throwing money and all sorts of stuff at them. So that's garbage argument. 63 million. It gets worse. Of those 63 million, do you know how many were black? And I'm not talking like black, brown, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. No, black, African Americans. Do you know how many were black? About half. Half? Yeah, half. So this whole charade of people throwing temper tantrums saying Black Lives Matters, that's all garbage. Right? That's all a charade. It's all a facade, a front to put up. Because if Black lives really mattered, they wouldn't have account for half of the abortions. Think about this. The black population in the United States is 13.6% and has been roughly that for a long time. So let's just call it 14%, make the math easy, right? Okay, 14%. But half of them are women. Yeah, that's right. So you mean to tell me that 7% of the American population contributed to 50% of all the abortions? Yeah, that's what the math says. These are facts. You can look them up. 7% contributed to 50% of the 63 million abortions in this country. Whether or not you think that's a baby or not, or it has to become a fetus or not, or whether or not you believe that life begins at conception, that's 63 million potential human beings. Toast. In the name of, it was your choice. That's not a sustaining, thriving society at all. At all. And why is it important to me? Because I already said, it's your body, your choice. Go ahead and do whatever you want. From drugs to alcohol to eating to the way you treat people to abortion. It's your choice. Go ahead. But there's consequences and results to what you do. Don't ever forget, the way a person does one thing is the way they do everything. And someone who just frivolously casts off life like that on the simple notion that it's your choice is not somebody I particularly feel safe being around. or even feel pleasure being around. You want to spend your time with a bunch of fentanyl or heroin addicts? No. Then it can be much fun. You're definitely not going to feel safe. So you just think about that. 63 million. Half of them were black. Enjoy your day. I'll see you on the next one.